We welcome to the show Alborosie. How's it going?
Well, so far so good, thank you. Busy day, but family business. Yeah.
Fair enough. So you've launched a new dub station plugin which allows creators to create authentic dub sounds. How did this come about?
I wanted to actually, many years ago, I wanted to create an hardware, which is a outboard studio equipment. But then it's too complicated because I'm supposed to fly to China, find somebody, build the prototype for me. And then to actually fabricate it and whatever, it was such a huge amount of work. So then finally, with the new technology and the new plugins, I said, you know what? Now that the modern technology allow me to actually get closer to the sound that I like by utilizing plugins and computer programs, why just not build a plugin? So we save all that Chinese manufacturing in and out and traveling and whatever. And it's just so simple. So I made a research. I contact a good friend of mine named Walter. He put me in contact with AudioThing. AudioThing, they're also Italian. So that's it. That's how the thing came about. And the vision was to actually, because of my passion for dub, to allow to everybody to utilize the machine that I created. And I modified, I fit them to my, to my taste, I create the sound, I craft the sound, and I say, let me share it with everybody. And that's how the thing came about.
So you're a big fan of dub music, obviously.
Yes.
Who are some of the people you admire? Is it people like King Tubby from back in the day?
Well, I work with jammies. King Tubby is the teacher. I work with jammies. But definitely Tubbies and jammies. They are my squad. Yes.
And you have a huge vintage collection, don't you? Of
oh yes,
music.
Yeah.
Huge.
What can you tell us
about that?
I've been collecting vintage recording equipment from over 20 years now. So I have a huge collection from the most popular Jamaican recording studios. So also from Bob Marley, Aquarius, Studio One, Channel One. I mean, just call it, Harry J.
Legends,
I have a big collection. I also have the mixing board from Harry J, which is the one that Bob Marley used to record the first 5 albums.
Great.
Plus I have the recording console from Channel One, the original API. And then I have a bunch of outboard from Tubbies and instrument from the Studio One from Bob Marley. I have a lot of stuff.
Fantastic. So what was that like, implementing it into something very modern? Because obviously that's vintage, isn't it? How did you go about that?
Well, I basically just designed a bundle with an echo taken from the MCI 2-track recording tape from King Tubbies. I then designed the spring reverb. I have a 2 spring reverb from Tubbies here. And then I had a very old filter. And AudioThing, actually, they helped me create the filter also. So it was very simple because I wanted to do like a dub effect plugin. So because everybody asking me all the time, oh, what kind of effect you use? They sound different, very analog, very whatever. So you know what? Let me just send it to the world so everybody can utilize it. Like my concept is that after so much years, I've done a lot. And to me, it's time to share. I utilize my gears. I squeeze them and push them to the limit and whatever. So I was kind of ready to let it out, let it go. You understand? Although I still own them, but I would like the world to. And this is not the last plugin. We're going to have more coming. We're going to have also a lot of surprises. So I want to share my Schengen studio. I want to share it with the world.
Great. And are you hoping this will lead to a new generation of dub artists and songs, hopefully, tunes?
This is part of my study. I'm studying. I'm a forever student. So I don't have no expectation. Anything that will come from it will come. So I don't really put myself in that position, say, oh, the new generation or whatever, you know, because you might think something and it's not going to happen. What I know is what I'm putting out. What I know is what I'm studying, what I'm learning. And I know that will help a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a DJ myself, and
yes,
the dub effects I'd use normally were pretty pathetic. So I'm looking forward to having a go with this.
Yes, you will like this one. We're also going to add one more plugin coming soon with a channel strip from the Helios mixing board. Only 25 of these left in the world, with a compressor from the Helios, same way, by Alborosie, same way, in collaboration with Audio Thing. So it's going to be amazing. So at the end of the year, we're going to have a big dub station that's going to help you to improve your sound and make it unique.
Great. Fantastic. Yes. I enjoyed your last album. Have you got plans to do a new one soon? Or?
Oh, man, with this pandemic and whatever, I'm in the studio daily, and you're going to really tired of me. You know, there's a lot of music coming out. Yes, there's a lot of dub albums. An album for this year, brand new album coming out before the summer. A lot of singles. We're going to just bomb the whole place with a lot of music, you know. So you're going to have good music still, you know. So
great.
You know, great
positive
music,
vibes, which we all
positive
need.
Positive vibes, yes, definitely. We don't, you know, positive vibe only, and amazing. So you're gonna hear a lot of music from me.
I suppose you've got a home studio set up, have you?
Say it again.
Have you got a home studio set up?
Well, my studio is at home.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. You haven't got to go anywhere for it, so.
Yeah, so you can see the studio. That's my studio.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, it's not really a home studio; it's a real studio.
Yeah.
It's a home real studio.
But some people don't realise that sometimes. They think when you say you have a home studio or you record at home, they think it's not as good, but it can be as good, if not better, can't it? Yeah,
well, home studio usually, let's be precise, home studio is a setup that you have at home, and normally it's just a desk with a computer and two speakers. Like, it's very limited to, that's when we say home studio, because it's also very compact and limited. This is a real recording studio. I have two control rooms with two different mixing boards. I have the live room with all the instruments, keyboards, guitars, drum set, and all of that. So this is a recording studio at home, built in, but it's still a recording studio. Home setting now is more like, you know, like a desk, a little table with, you know, so we have to make sure that we specify that.
Yeah. No, it's great. It's fantastic. And it's exactly what you need, especially during this time.
Yes, you know, I'm at home and I work by myself, you know, and I make things happen.
So obviously you produce all your music as well. So you must enjoy that part of it as well. Is it difficult to sometimes know when to stop when you're producing your music, or?
No, because I learned that I stop when I feel like.
Fair enough.
It is difficult to. I could get things done even quicker because obviously, you know, usually most of the artists, they just go in the studio voice and then that's it, and they get an album ready. I do everything myself, from cabling the studio, recording the instruments, creating the song, the concept, mixing, then do a dub mix. And the only thing that I don't do is mastering, because I don't believe in that. I believe that a mastering is supposed to be a different process from the mixing and the composition. And so, but I do everything myself. And the challenge is that you get tired easily. Because each process, right, it is good, but maybe, let's say the recording is a little bit boring more than the creating the song. And then the mixing is a little bit, you know, and then the voicing is the fun part and whatever. So you have to just deal with everything you know, so I deal with everything myself. So I need to find the balance. Right now, for instance, I have to mix a song. I say, I don't want to mix. I'm tired. But eventually I have to go mix it. So
yeah.
you learn how to live with yourself and know how to deal with it. But
I suppose because you're so far in the game, you know how to not overanalyze things. But
music don't take much to me. Once you have a nice groove, nice bass line drum, the song is solid. You have the keyboards and whatever. I know what to utilize, not to overproduce it. I tend to be very minimal. And one time I used to put a lot of things on whatever. Now I'm very minimal. I'm very dubbish, you know. And so that's the way I go about it.
That's fair enough. Years ago, I liked a tune of yours called, I think it was called Fly Away.
Fly Away?
Yeah, that was a good one. Remember that one?
Nice.
Yeah. That was quite a long time ago, wasn't it, now, thinking about it? But
yeah, like I have a lot of music, man. Sometimes I must have like over 600 titles. So it's difficult for me to follow everything. But I did a lot of them in the earliest part of my journey. And I'm still doing a lot of music, you know. So, you know, I have music in the fridge. I have a fridge full of music. Yeah.
And how do these tunes come to you? Do they just come to you, or do you have to really think about the subject matter? Or
sometimes it's the subject, sometimes it's just build a rhythm and, you know, just fool around it and whatever. So sometimes it's a melody, record it on the phone, and the melody I really have the lyrics in there somehow. It's various. It's a different situation for each song.
But the majority of the time, do you start off with the tune and then fit the lyrics around it, or it depends song to song?
I used to build a rhythm and then write on it. Now I create the song with the acoustic guitar. And like, for instance, Unprecedented Time, I was singing it and say, yo, I heard the song, I heard the word unprecedented on TV. This is an unprecedented time on CNN. I say, I like that unprecedented time. I like how it sounds. So I just take the guitar and say, unprecedented time. Oh, 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 because I didn't know what to say. But it actually sounded good. So I leave it like unprecedented time. Oh, yeah, yeah. So I leave it like that. I was planning to put lyrics there instead of, you know, but it sounded good. So it was just built with a guitar.
I think just by the first line, you get it really, don't you? And
yes.
Not necessarily, you don't necessarily need words to it, do you? Because it, like you say, it's an unprecedented time, etc.
Music nowadays is very simple, very simple. And we used to be very lyrical. We used to be very deep, arrangements, solos, and whatever. The music of today is very simple, very superficial. So I tend to go with the flow, still remaining quality-wise, you know, relevant, and still not singing any foolishness, and still sending the message. But in the meantime, I try to keep up with the time, you know. So you're not gonna hear a song starting with a solo because, you know, it simply doesn't work anymore nowadays because of the new format. So I try to do it and still make it work compared to the time.
So I suppose you just have to embrace the time, don't you? Maybe you would have liked something in the past that happened the way you used to do music, but you have to move with the times.
You move with the time, but like me, still trying to look back to how the music supposed to be. So, but you're still moving to the time. So what I change few ingredients that bring me to the new time, and I kept what I could to stay true to my roots. So the way I DJ, for instance, I change it a little bit. I make it more modern, like with some melodies that people used to right now. But it's not even because of a commercial or a marketing plan. It's just because the music that we listen to every day, it just speaks like that. So it is also important that you in tune with what's happening right now, right?
Yeah.
So, but in the meantime, you want to preserve the knowledge. That's why I still talking about dub. That's why Unprecedented Time is still a root song. But the melody can also be modern. You know, like if you listen to a song like Listen to the Waves, it's a song with a message, but it's still modern, you know, like, you know.
Yeah. And so where can people find this plugin?
Or you go on Audio Thing. It's everywhere, plugin boutique, whatever. It sells, a lot of distributors, they have it. But if you go to audiothing.net, you're going to find it there. Click on it and get it. And your life going to change. You're
I'll
going to
give it a
dub
go.
it. Yes.
Thanks for joining us, Alborosie.
Thank you. God bless you.